Oh, well, that's back from another 6 hours out pounding the streets delivering leaflets. For the last 4 weeks, that's what we've been doing, trying to get the message out to people. And the message is simple. You have choices this Thursday. It's not simple. It's not just May or Corbyn. But let's look at that argument. UKIP have been quite straightforward right from the beginning. That Theresa May and the Conservatives are the only party that is committed, apart from UKIP, to delivering Brexit. Now, the Conservatives wanted this election for one reason and one reason only, and it was nothing to do with Brexit. Brexit has simply been hijacked for this, and that was to try and get a large majority because they saw Labour in turmoil and they felt they had a huge chance here to get a landslide victory, and they can then do what they want. Now, we can already see from the Conservative government at the moment what they actually want, and that will cause a lot of grief across the country with cuts. The only thing they're committed to doing and maintaining is the 0.7% of money going in foreign aid, which is 13.5 billion a year and climbing. Everything else is up for grabs. We are likely to see cuts across the board in all services, and they can say as much as they like about their not making cuts. They're not lying. They are not making cuts. They're forcing the cuts further down the line to people like local government. So we will see more and more of that. All we're getting from Theresa May is trust me, trust me. Trust me on Brexit. Trust me on security. Trust me on your pensions. Trust me on not putting up income tax, although we haven't admitted that we will, but we haven't said we won't. Trust me on everything. But when you come to something like security, her record is appalling. However, the choice of two major parties between May and Corbyn, who would I trust? Well, it certainly wouldn't be Jeremy Corbyn. And however much I distrust Theresa May, we have more chance of surviving under her than anybody else. But, and this is the big but, there is an opportunity tomorrow. And that opportunity is to go out and make sure we do not have a huge Conservative majority. We have either a hung parliament with UKIP holding the balance, which would be the absolute ideal, or a small Conservative majority with a good number of UKIPers in opposition. We could then work with the government to help drive through Brexit alongside the Brexiteers from the Labour Party, and then we can work with the opposition parties to try and rein in that conservatism which is likely to do so much damage in the future. If we can get sufficient Brexit UKIP MPs in Parliament, we can actually make sure that we do what is right for this country. So, if you have the opportunity out there and you have a good UKIP candidate in a relatively safe seat for the Conservatives, vote UKIP. If you have a UKIP candidate in a pro-Remain Labour seat, vote UKIP. If you have a Conservative in a marginal seat and they're pro-Brexit, vote Conservative. And if you have a pro-Brexit Labour MP in a Labour seat, vote for them. Vote for the Brexit people, because until we get the Brexit sorted out and sorted out in the right way, everything else is a waste of time talking about. We have to get Brexit and get it right. The only way you can guarantee that is to make sure that tomorrow, if you have that opportunity, you put your cross against a UKIP candidate, get UKIP into the Houses of Parliament, and that will scare the living daylights out of the rest of the parties, and we will get what we voted for last year, Brexit. And we will also make sure that you don't get a runaway majority from the Conservatives and we keep them under control. Vote UKIP. You know it makes sense.